What's up? It's Andrew from the band Ripped to Shreds, and today I'm going to tell you if your band should tour Japan. Everyone wants to go to Japan, but it's a big investment to fly your whole band 5,000 miles across the ocean. So, is it worth it? Maybe. The long answer, there's a lot of difficulties that you need to take into account. And we'll discuss each one as we recap my band's recent tour, because beyond those hurdles, there are experiences in Japan that you won't get anywhere else. Problem number one, how do you even get there? You need to fly across. It's going to be about $900 a person, which is already 30% more than if you were to fly to Europe somewhere. And once you're actually there, you'll run into problem number two. There are no show guarantees, and what little door money you'll get is probably a third of what you would get at a decent show in America or Europe. So you really need to make it up by hitting profitable markets. And recently that's been China for a lot of bands. Huang Records has been bringing in so many international bands. Recently my buddies in Undeath did a China tour, and that was what pulled them through their dates in Japan. Many bands also make it through Indonesia or Malaysia and Singapore. Although we were offered shows in China, I had a whole bunch of friends and family that I wanted to see, so I decided to just keep it to Japan and Taiwan. Our story starts in Taiwan. It's been about 2 years since I last visited, and that was an extremely short working trip where I packed in 2 shows and the RTS music video shoot into about 4 days. So I wanted to come back to Taiwan a week before the boys arrived to just relax, see family, and hang out with friends. But of course, Derek roped me into playing a show the day after I landed to support the Sulphuric Cautery show in Taipei. Then this motherfucker randomly shows up. I had actually heard that Gerald would be coming, so I was planning on making shirts for him and Frank that said, "I am not Andrew Lee." But at some point he said he canceled and that he wouldn't be able to come, and then he showed up anyways. I guess he managed to get out of wearing that shirt. Then a few days later, on Friday, finally, the boys have come to Taiwan.
Cheers. I'm the promoter of this tour.
Yes, he actually played guitar for us
the original guitar?
6 years ago? 6 years ago.
Yeah, 6 years.
And here we have another problem. Where are you going to stay? So, I'm staying with my family right now, but usually on tour, to save money, you crash with friends. In Asia, living situations are generally really cramped. I didn't really feel comfortable asking any of my friends if they could put up a 3 or 4 person band. That means you either got to go for hostels or hotels. Taipei, in particular, has some of the most expensive hotels in the world, on par with any other major destination like Paris or Tokyo or New York. Then you've got transportation around the island. Taiwan has amazing public transportation, but you're still dragging around heavy suitcases of gear and merch on the metro. And going down to Kaohsiung from Taipei, there are bus services, but we opted to take the high-speed rail, which was about $150 per person for a round trip.
Ooh, what up? We're trying to get to the night market in Taipei. Wish we got to cross this historic ass district right here.
Oh shit, there's the printing press. Our first show in Taipei was at Jack's Studio. It's located in the Wanhua district, which is very close to Ximending, a bustling tourist destination. We decided to go walk around and have a look at some of the night markets before we played.
Damn. Dude, I've gone. My mom did not let me go. Hell yeah. What's up? I ate mine already. So, my mom would not let me go. Yeah. Matt, what's up?
We are going on tour with these guys. And this over here is Vigil. Excellent.
I just Taiwan beer. Yo, I found Starbucks.
How are you feeling after the first show?
Really good. Taipei was amazing. Are you kidding me? There's so many people that turned out. You know they were waiting for it. So.
Fuck yeah, man.
Fuck yeah. Now where are we headed? How do I say it?
We are headed to Kaohsiung.
Kaohsiung. We're going down there, and I'm sure it's going to be just as sick. So we'll see.
Taipei to Kaohsiung is about 220 miles. It's a pretty quick 90-minute bullet train ride, and it's definitely a lot more comfortable than flying from San Francisco to LAX.
One more day with Larry.
I'm not sure if he's got a wet enough mouth for all of us.
He's got the wettest mouth.
So the gross for our Taiwan leg of the tour is 39,000 NT. Current exchange rates, that's about $1,200, which is respectable for two shows. All the fans came out and they went super hard at the merch table. Like a lot of Asia, you'll find that the door money here is pretty small. Venue rental fees are high, and it's difficult to charge a ticket price that's too much because it still has to be affordable for the locals. There are very few shows in the way of DIY spaces like you might have at a punk squat in Europe or a house show in America. For most promoters, all the fees are eaten up by the live house rentals. And this is especially true for Japan, where even sold out shows for pretty famous power violence or grindcore bands at something like $60 per ticket still barely breaks even. Now we head off to Japan. The first show of our Japan leg was at El Puente in Yokohama. El Puente is run by Shiggy, who is one of the most important figures in Japan's DIY punk network. He has a long connection with the West Coast power violence going back to the 90s, bringing over Spaz to tour Japan along with Slight Slappers. And anyone who has ever dealt with Shiggy can tell you that he's absolutely one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. Damn, bro, that looks crazy.
Yeah, dude.
Sorry, I'm like a travel vlogger right now.
You are a travel vlogger.
So get that close-up macro photography.
Oh, man.
For the eagle-eyed viewer out there, you might notice that we're traveling by train. Shinkansen tickets from Tokyo to Nagoya are about $100 a person. Now, I did look into the JR pass, but after calculating it out, buying the individual tickets was actually a little bit cheaper than the JR pass. We had considered driving instead of taking the train. However, there are no rental companies in Japan that will rent a large van to foreigners. They also drive on the right-hand side of the road, and only 2 guys in AOHEN had any experience with driving in Japan. I did look into hiring a driver from one of the various booking contacts that I had in Japan, but because it's Asakusa Deathfest week, everyone was already booked to drive for one band or another. I was quoted approximately 400,000 yen for a van rental with driver, gas, highway fees, and hotel. And we'll see how that actually compares to 8 people's worth of bullet train tickets. So this is a little tour of our fuck nest here in Nagoya, where we'll be staying the night. You can see right there, Adam's already getting himself prepared, jerking himself off a little bit.
I'm getting ready to jump.
Sick view, though.
It's definitely a sick view.
Alright, we're out here in Nagoya, and we are going to find this guy some drumsticks. One, two, three, four, 5. Tonight's gig is hosted at Huck by Takaho from Unholy Grave. Takaho is one of those underground legends where it's hard to state just how important they are. Not just his work with Unholy Grave ever since the 90s, but also his role in organizing grind shows all around Japan and Nagoya and putting out all sorts of sick compilations like the Grind Bastards series. Alright, we gotta get that ass shot. Yo, did you know that in Japan, yakisoba is considered a food for little kids?
I'm
I'm a child. I haven't had an egg in like fucking 2 weeks, man.
I had like 5.
Oh yeah, you did.
This is like literally the reason cameras were invented, bro.
The reason why what was invented?
Why cameras were invented. Get your butt out here, bro.
I'll get my butt out there. Don't test this.
We're waiting for your beauty pageant, man.
Like a little bit.
Come on, man.
GQ at this motherfucker. Oh my god.
I do feel like Gordon Ramsay should be yelling at you right now.
What kind of sandwich are you?
What kind of question is that?
Oh, it's a rant.
Oh, I'm an idiot sandwich.
You're about to be a man sandwich up in here.
Man sandwich? A sandwich?
Alright, on our way to Kyoto today. We're finally get to play with fucking Takafumi. You can slurp it, dude. It's okay. So when he heard that we were coming to Japan, Takafumi very graciously offered to book our shows in Kansai for us. Originally, RTS was supposed to go to New York and play with Gridlink at one of their final shows, but unfortunately that deal fell through, so I was really excited to finally have a chance to play with one of Takafumi's bands. And of course, he is one of my favorite musicians ever, so I felt especially lucky to have him be promoting and working on our shows. And actually, the bands that he had on the shows were some of my favorite from the entire tour. Here in Kyoto, it was a kind of emo violence, like emo hardcore with blast beats band called Poetry of Torch, and then a more hardcore band called Temple in Osaka. super dramatic music over this. I'm thinking like a cinematic Junkie XL or and here we are at Stakk Records in Osaka. And this is Miki. He is great supporter.
Yep.
Brandon would lose his mind here. Chat, what do you think? Should I buy this impellatory tour shirt? It's only 3,500 yen.
Welcome.
So the venue in Osaka, Hokage, was located in Shinsaibashi, which is a pretty trendy area with a whole bunch of fashion boutiques and a lot of shopping arcades. So we had some fun walking around, checking out the shops before the show. How wet you think his mouth is?
I'm here only one time, right?
Everyone's drinking water.
I can agree with you. Oh, this guy's trying to.
Quick note for all you nerds. Udon is the best fucking noodle dish in Japan. Not ramen. Okay, we are at Shin Osaka Station, and we're going to focus on eat this gyukatsu. So we're 4 shows into our Japan run, and if you've been keeping track, so far we've grossed 90,000 yen, or $575. So we're not doing too great so far. First, the currency exchange rate is about $1 to 150 yen. It's fairly cheap for us to travel and eat in Japan, but it also means that we have to sell our merch for relatively lower prices than we do stateside or in Europe. I was selling our shirts at 3,000 yen a pop. I think only came out to $19 a shirt. But it's hard to justify asking for 4,000 or 5,000 yen for a shirt or vinyl. So that's part of why our gross was rather low, beyond just the attendance. Second to last day, I am by the Sumida River in Asakusa. Tokyo Skytree over there. A bunch of early morning people walking around. While this tour has been a lot of fun, I am also ready to go home and start bed rotting. And normally I never just walk around after I wake up when I get at home, but you're crashing with the other guys. It's like, you gotta have your own private space. And coming out here is like a nice bit of early morning private space. Water's kind of green. What is that? That looks like a giant... That looks like a giant turd.
Our last day here. I don't
Going home.
I don't want to go, but I do want to go. But I don't want to go.
How you feeling?
I'm tired as fuck.
Fair.
Yeah.
You're probably working the hardest out of all of us up on stage. I go, brrr.
With all the headbanging.
And just like that, our tour came to an end. So in addition to playing these awesome shows, I also got to hang out with a lot of people that I had only interacted over the internet or just met a couple of times in passing. I got to see Makoto from Funeral Moth and Weird Truth again, and we also hung out a bit with Jesus from Misaku Unoho Records, who had flown over for Asakusa. Me and Makiko from Flagitious Idiosyncrasy and the Dilapidation discussed a secret project, and actually it turned out that when FID came to America for Short, Fast, and Loud in 2011, that was actually the first time that Mike had gone to a grindcore or power violence show, so that was a really cool connection. And of course, you know, got to hang out and chat with Antimo from Disgorge, got to hang out with Tomoki from Kandorivis, and of course, you know, it's all thanks to the big man Naru of Obliteration Records for putting on the whole thing. So for these last two shows, we got about 160,000 yen, or 1,050 US dollars. Altogether, that's about 1,600 for Japan and 1,200 for Taiwan. 2,800, you know, it doesn't really cover our flight costs alone, which just for me, Mike, and Adam would have been 3,600, and then Vaxin, who only had to fly from Taiwan to Japan, was 300 or so. Then of course you have trains and you have hotels or hostels or whatever, and you lose a bunch of money. Coming to Japan is about a lot more than just making your money back. Even for DIY touring in America and Europe, it's totally possible to make your money back if you have a couple of good shows, you have a lot of kind people who are willing to host you in their homes and feed you, and you can easily split van rentals, cram a whole bunch of people into one hotel room. But that economy of scale just doesn't really apply in Japan. You have to come here knowing that you're going to lose a good chunk. I have also heard from basically all of my promoter friends, metal in particular is not very strong. There aren't really many new kids getting into it. If you are a punk or grindcore power violence band, you have a much better chance of making your money back. When I came as a HGT 2 years ago, I don't remember how much I profited, but I more than broke even. And of course, if you play hardcore is a totally different story. But for metal bands coming to Japan, it's tough. So you really have to find your own meaning in coming to tour this country. For me, I had so many friends that I wanted to see, so many bands that I wanted to see and wanted to play with. I have a whole bunch of friends like from college or high school had moved out to Japan and wanted to see them again. You know, for Mike, he's a huge wrestling fan, he's a Godzilla fan. All these destinations that were of particular interest to him were there in Japan, and he'd never been there before. Ultimately, is it worth coming? Absolutely. But you need to find your own meaning in doing so. Because it's DIY touring, flying 4 people across the Atlantic is just not a great idea if you want to make money. That's pretty much it. If you think this tour looked fun, by all means, come on out. Reach out to any of the promoters running the live houses and other death metal and punk and grindcore bands. Everyone here is super friendly. Even if they can't directly help you out, they will most likely point you to someone who can. That's the great thing about DIY underground music. Everyone helps each other out. So that's all I have for today. As always, eat ass, blast fast, and... It is not end of tour until I've had my in and out. Peace!